So leadership and responsibility is something I put a lot of emphasis on with my own growth as an individual. And since I'm young, because some people are just born natural things, but even me to a certain extent, I was born like a natural leader, but I'm learning to put more effort and action within that. But with me interacting with my elders and just talking to older people, and they always tell me, "Oh, you young, you still young, you got your youth, enjoy it," and all this type of stuff. And this me as a person, I'm more serious. Even though I joke around a lot, people we would never not see me like with a smile on my face. Most times, I'm a very serious person, and like at times like I can be very intense, but I take leadership responsibility very serious. And at times, I really am hard on myself, but in reality, I feel crazy. I feel like I'm a crazy madman living in a world that it's like faking to be sane. Like, and that bothers me. And like every day I wake up, it bothers me that I have to interact and go about my day like that. And when I feel that something is wrong, and I'm the only person that feel that, it's a sense of responsibility. And it's a sense of leadership that I have to, you know, administer because that's how I feel. And as a person, if I trust myself, I should trust how I feel, and I should move accordingly. And one frustrating thing that happens with people, just trying to tell you about yourself and tell you about those type of things is that they'll tell you that, you're too young, and they put all these stipulations on it, and they tell you that you shouldn't worry about it. They tell you that you shouldn't put too much energy into, you know, caring so much or being so worried, even though there is some truth to not worrying so much about it. But the question always coming to mind is like, if I don't know, who will? Like, that's the problem with the world, is that I think we underestimate, you know, the power of the collective. But the thing about it is that most of the collective don't want to do anything about it. They know something's wrong, but most of them don't want to do anything. So that's why it's always like a chosen few couple people that they see something wrong and they do something about it, and then they herald up, and they they want to they want to be lifted upon everybody's shoulders, and then when something happened to them, they forgotten. Like I said, they die in vain. Even think about like a lot of these leaders, a lot of our spiritual and our the leaders that want a better world. People rally behind them, and then they don't protect them, and then they just die, and they just go about the rest of their life. And of course, that's an extreme example, but I think for somebody that wants to change their own family's lives, that wants to kind of be the trailblazer, that wants to be the person that break generational curses, is like it's like you're gonna be chastised for it. You're gonna get looked down upon it, even though a lot of these people are doing it for selfless reasons in the first place. Like, that's the only reason I really want to break generational curses. Like, I think I'm at this point right now. I'm already going through a lot right now, but it's like I don't really have a care for myself right now. Not in a bad way, it's just I got a job to do. I think everybody got a job to do. I believe in divine purposes. And my life is hard right now. Like I said, it's gonna get harder, but at the same time it's gonna get better. But I got a divine purpose, and I cannot allow myself to not get up and take responsibility for my life. Take responsibility for the knowledge that I have and the awareness that I have about certain things that people may decide to shun or act like don't exist. I can't act like I don't have some level of influence and leadership, even if it may be minor, still some level of it, and it can be exercised and it can be growing in capabilities. So a person like me that wants to do that type of stuff, I believe I got a divine will and divine purpose. And I think if you care about yourself enough, I think that you will believe that same thing as well. And I guess people try to make you feel bad for thinking like that, but you shouldn't. You know, these are the people that's willing to go far and to make sure things is, settled and straight. And I think just as a man, I think that's just a good way I think a man should live, in my opinion. Of course, I don't really got that much experience. I didn't have my father wasn't there. I didn't have any type of, figure in my life that's kind of showing me the way. So ultimately, I'm just reading, I'm paying attention to everything. I'm just absorbing everything and deciding on which thing is, you know, the best for me to go, the best route to go down, or kind of like to create my style of just existing and just being a solid person. But the ultimate question that is like, if you don't do it, who will? And that's kind of the question that I guess I conflict myself with daily, is that like, damn, like I be working so hard, I be fighting so much, you know, like I gotta fight through every suffering that ain't make sense. I have to fight through a lot of suffering. I have to fight through a lot of just mental anguish, frustration, the anger, the fear, the doubt that I feel. And I'm only 22, and I had to fight through all that, especially with no type of, blueprint. And we all ain't got no blueprint. A lot of people do. Uh, I know I just contradicted myself, but some people don't know how to use that blueprint. And then some people just don't got the blueprint. And it's almost like you need like the like God's mercy to be able to find that blueprint. Like some people be in like the worst situation, and we don't. And honestly, it's kind of crazy like how things just tend to work out for some people. And one thing I have to understand is that, one way or another, whether you got it or not, you gotta push through. You gotta find a way. You just gotta do your best. Like, but the leadership and responsibility, it must be upheld by somebody. And the thing about being a leader or just being responsible is not even like you're not doing that for yourself. You're doing that for the people that's around you. You're doing that to be you serving the people that's around you. And that's always kind of why like the reluctant leader is always probably the best leader versus the people that wants to be a leader in the sense of like in charge. A lot of those people have like power problems. They just want to be in charge. They want to abuse their power because they feel weak. And that reluctant leader, not saying that reluctant leader don't feel weak. It's just that, the frame of mind that they're going into being a leader or being responsible is to serve people. They don't want to steer nobody wrong. And the thing about being a leader is that eventually, like, you're going to steer somebody wrong. You're going to make a mistake. And the only problem is, as the leader, you must learn not to take that to heart. So, and I guess it's kind of like my reflection on leadership and responsibility. And I get very frustrated when people try to tell me like I'm too serious, or I'm thinking about it too hard, or I'm too intense about it. But it's like, this is my life. I about to say, I get angry, I get frustrated. I'm like, if I'm being honest, I'm in a depressive mood right now. Like and I haven't been able to do anything. And it's like, if I don't do anything, I'm gonna fail, and I'm gonna fail my people. I'm gonna fail everybody I care about. And that's probably one of my deepest worst like fears, failing everybody. People believe in me. People put their actual faith in me. They tell me like, Kevin, I know you're gonna go far, you're gonna do a lot with your life, and to a certain extent, there's a lot of pressure on me, but I have to. It's not a choice. Even though it's their expectations of me, I share those same sentiments. But I could erase these people off the earth, and I still share that same sentiment. I feel like the universe put that idea in my mind, and ultimately, they're speaking the truth. I understand it's a level where I cannot allow those type of perspectives to kind of like destroy what I think about myself and what I'm supposed to be doing. But at the end of the day, they share the same sentiment. So I must do what I'm here to do, and I must do it the right way. I must do it to the fullest of my capabilities. I must do it whether I'm angry, whether I'm crying, whether I'm sad, whether I'm depressed, whether I'm half dead. Maybe I'm taking it too serious there, but it's the truth. I mean, you don't really, what they say, there's no off days. Like the villains don't have an off day, so why would you think you should have one? Yeah, that's kind of like my thought process with it. So yeah, if y'all like the video, like I said, I ain't gonna keep y'all no further. Hear me yap, but y'all have a great rest of y'all day. Thank you.